It's time for another installment with Elementary Chess Tactics on learning how to play chess. In this instance, we're deep in the end game and black is up king pawn to a king. And so it is still possible for white to obtain a draw, but you gotta play very, very carefully. So the object for white is to try to stay in front of that pawn as much as he can and not give black's king a chance to sidestep him. So the first move we want to make here is to move the king back one square. Now the king is going to try to slide around to one side of the other, so what he's going to try to do is sidestep, hoping that white will step to the side, and that will be just enough room for black to jump ahead and marshal that pawn into queen. But we're not going to do that. We're going to step the white king over to the side to stay in front of that king and not let him come around. Now black is going to push his pawn, and so our object here is again to stay, and this is check. Black is checking white. Now white needs to stay in front of that pawn as much as possible, so he's going to move back in front of the pawn, and now the white king needs to step behind that pawn and hope that white's not paying attention. Again, we're going to move the white king back, and let's see if the black king can try to step to the queen side this time, maybe throw him off. Nope, we're not going to let that happen. We're going to step over. Now the pawn is again going to try to push forward, check. The king is going to, white king is going to slide right in front of it. And so now the black king must again move behind. Now the white king is again does not want to step to the side and allow the black king to be able to obtain a strong promoting square. So he's going to slide back. And so when the black king slides to the bishop file, the white king is going to slide right in front. And the only thing left to do here is for the pawn to again throw the white king in check, and the king just moves back in front of the pawn. So now basically it's going to be a draw, because if the king moves away to allow an escape square, well, he can escape to this side, but if he tries to move, can't move here because of the square that must be maintained, and if he moves over here, white captures. So the only thing he can really do is move behind his pawn, and at this point it's a stalemate. So there you go. White manages to obtain a draw out of being out of opportunities to win the game, but he can still draw. And so that's another lesson for you today. Hope you enjoyed this little photo, or this little video with the park, instead of just covering in an office setting. All right, see you next week.